guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. This is EJ Joyful Plans, and today I'm coming at you with a comparison video, actually. These are two different monthly inserts from Jane's agenda, and I thought it would be helpful to just talk a little bit about Jane's monthly inserts, compare the number 34 and the 22, so that maybe this will help inform the decisions that you make when you are shopping on her website. So there are a total of 5 different types of layouts from Jane's agenda, but 4 of them come with either a Sunday start or a Monday start. So know that there are 9 different types to choose from, but really 5 unique layouts. Of the 5, I have 2 here. So I'm going to show you what I have and we'll go from there. First, I'll go over the number 34, then I'll go over the number 22, and then I will compare and contrast the different elements of both planners or both inserts so you can decide which one is right for you. I feel like I do need to say I bought these with my own money. I am not a PR rep. I'm not an ambassador, and this is not an ad. It's not sponsored. It's just what I happen to have in my collection. And I know that buying online can be tricky when you don't have it in front of you and you don't have someone to like verbally explain things to you. I will say though, Jane does a really great job with her pictures online describing the different elements on the page. But I still like hearing things verbally, so I'm doing what I would appreciate, which is kind of talking through the 34 and the 22 and comparing them live in the flesh. So let's start with the number 34. The number 34 has been out, I want to say for like 4 months. So it's a part of her regular collection. It's not as new as the number 22. This is a really great double-sided 2-page layout. You've got your month at the top, your important dates here, and this one I can tell you right off the bat is more, I don't want to say rigid, but there are more prompts on this one than there are on the other one. So if you like to have more structure, then the number 34 is a great option for you. So important dates, your day. So here you can put holidays, birthdays, bill due dates, whatever you want to log. You've got your month at a glance, a box for a main focus. It can be a word, it can be a quote, something that you really want to get done in the month. And then a section called weekly routine. This is for whatever you want it to be, but it's dated Sunday through Saturday. And let's say you've got some reoccurring events over the course of the month. You can put them in here. Or if you know you always want to do laundry on Friday, maybe your weekly routine includes laundry on Friday. And let's say you always want to do your grocery shopping on Sunday, you put groceries here. So this is a way to just kind of establish what is my routine. So you can always go back to it as your kind of center point. Then down at the bottom, there is a nice big section for dot grid. I love dot grid. I would want it on everything. And so I like that about 1/3 of the page is taken up with the dot grid. When we flip the page, we see a nice, generous 2-page layout for the monthly. This monthly is lined. If you would prefer to not have it lined, the number 32 is the unlined. So again, 34 is lined, 32 is unlined, and they are otherwise identical. The lined is really great if you're using this layout for memory keeping, for journaling, if you're doing more writing and it's less about the decorative and more about adding lots of writing. The lines are super helpful. She does include some holidays and the moon phases. And one of my favorite elements of this layout, other than the lines, is you've got 1 month, the month that has just passed on the left, and the month that is coming on the right. So you've got April, May, and then June. And I just love in one full spread, you get to see 3 months at a glance. I think that's super cool. I like that the font is very neutral, very, very neutral. And then you've got a blank margin over here. There's no dots, there's no lines, it's just white space. Then we flip it to the back, and this is like the meat and potatoes section. This is about all the data, all the tracking. This top section is for habit tracking, just anything that you want to keep track of. And I think when people think of habit tracking, they think of like steps or water that you've consumed, but there are other things that happen routinely or that you want to make sure that you track in a month that can go here. So I like that you've got the little check boxes, and it goes 1 through 31 because May has 31 days in it. Then we move into the center section. This left side is for your bills. It's checkbox style. You put your bill, your amount due, and the date due. And then on this side, your main objectives for the month. This is basically your to-do list. This is your to-do list with the check boxes. And down at the bottom, we have the goals for the month section. This was a little bit harder for me to figure out how to use when I first got this layout, but you just have to think about, this is best for goals that I think have numerical value. So let's say you're using this for social media and it's your follower count, or it could be fitness related. Like, let's say I want to be able to run 3 miles. Well, you put in run, and last month, let's say you could only run 2 miles. Your goal is 3, and then actual is what you ended up doing. So that's one way to think about how to use the goals section. So this is the number 34. Let's take a look at the number 22. The number 22 is a lot more freestyle. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but it's how I'm going to say it. It's a lot more freestyle. There's a lot more space for you to decide how you want to use it. The landing page for the month is totally open, and it's just lines. I like this because it looks good aesthetically speaking. This could stand alone as it is without using this for writing, and I think it looks super cool. When we compare it to the landing page for the number 34, they're totally 2 different vibes. So you've got to decide, other than all the other elements of this page, which would you rather land on when you're flipping through the different sections of your planner. You can land on this for the month of May, or you can land on this for the month of May. Now, for my personal style, this is more what I would like to look at. I like that there's tons of room for it to be decorated, or it can be left blank, or you can write any number of things on it. Now we flip over to our 2-page spread, and this is the primary difference between the two inserts. So in the number 22, your monthly is on 1 page, and it's not even a full page. So you've got about 2/3 of the monthly, a third that is that dot grid filler space for notes. And then what was on the back of the 34 is now facing the full calendar spread. So, and actually this is a merger of really the front and back of the 34. And again, we'll go through it in more detail later. But so we're looking at May, and here we've been given the month of June. So it is giving us a future month at a glance. You've got your events section, your main focus, your goals, a quote space, which could be your main focus, whatever you want it to be, bills, now it says due, an open task list, and then your habit trackers here down at the bottom. When we flip on the back page, look at this. This is all just lined paper. You can do whatever you want with it. You can do notes, you can decorate, you can talk about the way that your month, you can do a reflection on the month, you can do future casting for the next month. It's just open space. So that is the number 22. Let's do a compare and contrast. All right, we've looked at the 34 and the 22. Let's look at them together. Now, it's easier to start with the 22 because when you think about it, the 22 is lined on the front, it's lined on the back, and that means the entire content for your month is on a 2-page spread. Some people will love this because it truly is like a dashboard. Everything that you need when your planner's open is in one glance. That is very, very different than the number 34, where you've got information here, you've got information here, and then you've got information here. So keep that in mind. You also have, though, more sections and more space for information here on the 34. So it's going to come down to personal preference. Since this is the meat and potatoes section, we'll just go straight to this because, well, this is basically all the 22 has. So it gives us a monthly for the future month. It does not give us a small currently, but that's okay because again, everything is open on one spread. So we've got a future month and we know we have the future month as well here. I like that this has been changed to events. So here in the 34, it says important dates and it says day as headers. This just says events. I like this because it is it is super open-ended. It's really, really open-ended. You can do whatever you want with this section. You have your main focus and your goals. Here's the main focus on the 34, the main focus on the 22. You have a small box here for goals. Very, very, very different than the goals for the month down here at the bottom. If you want to really work through some SMART goals, then the 34 is better. But if you just want some simple goals, like I want to do this month and I want to do this month, you've got plenty of space to write that here on the 22. This quotation box is not replicated in the 34. It is in the same place as the main focus, so I would probably just do exactly what it's prompting you to do, which is just put an encouraging quote or some sort of like theme for your month here. The bills section comes next, and so we know that the weekly routine has been eliminated for the number 22. So has the dot grid section. So we can flip this over. This bills section is totally different in my opinion. So first of all, the font has changed. It's much more minimalist. This is smaller font, very clean. This is slightly bold and a larger font. And we've also removed the amount column, and instead of saying date due, it just says due. So bills, amount due, date due, and this just says bills and due. Also difference over here with the task list, we've removed the main, Jane and I were just like this. We've removed it's not true. The main objectives for the month header has been removed, and now this is an open task list. I love the decision to do this for this layout so that it really can be whatever you want it to be. And then the next section, or the last section, is the habit trackers are different. So I'll just do a little pull up like so. On the number 34, they are little check boxes, and on the 22, it's a grid. So this is going to come down to personal preference. Would you rather have a little checkbox or would you rather have a grid? I think the grid is actually cool because you can create like a pixel pattern. I don't know. I think the vibes are cool. I like checking things off, but I also like creating like a colorful pixely spread. Section, so you've got some room to do that. Those are the differences between the 34 and the 22. Notes about paper quality, print quality, that kind of thing. Jane's Agenda stuff is just really good. When you are buying a more deluxe planner, you want to feel a really nice, thick quality paper that has like a slight smoothness to it, but not too smooth that everything smears. This is just a really luxe feeling paper. The print quality is spectacular. I love the font choices that Jane does. I love, especially with this new layout where the words are very slim and chill and just sans serif, and then with some of the extra little touches up here being with the script writing. I just think it's really, really clean. She does really great minimalist planner inserts, but then provides so many different decorative options, like with dashboards and planner covers and vellum dashboards and page finders. You know, there are ways that you can make your planner look super cute while also having it be functional. If you like one of these layouts, I would encourage you to pick it up. There is a link in the description box that will save you 15% off your purchase. And if you don't like either of these, there are 3 other layouts that might be more your fancy, might be more up your alley on Jane's website. Again, the link is in the description box down below. If you have any questions for me about these inserts, definitely leave me a comment. Come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is ejjoyful_plans. And until next time, guys, God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers!